Beautiful! Welcome back to Nat's Beautiful Life. Today I'm going to be showing you how I get my current foundation routine on. You know how your foundation routine probably changes throughout the year depending on how your skin's doing with the humidity or the dryness or whatever's going out there. And so I was playing around with different things and I finally got something that I really like, and I've been doing that for a couple of months now and will probably be doing it throughout the spring and summer. So I hope that you enjoy it, and if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. Also, if you have any suggestions for any of the discontinued items that I am using, I do offer some suggestions, but if you have any others, put them in the comments below for everyone. Also, you guys know that I use Mary Kay foundations and skincare because I see foundation as skincare. I am not sponsored by Mary Kay, so don't have a cow when you see a lot of Mary Kay in this portion. You will see that I use lots of other things when I'm putting color on and things like that. So without any further ado, I hope that you enjoy this video and that is very helpful. Click like if you like it, even if you don't, and subscribe and be a part of my beautiful family. And don't forget to check out the blog, natashamedina.com. Have a great day, gorgeous. Okay, so the first thing that I do is prime my face. And I either use Benefit's the Porefessional or the Mary Kay foundation primer with SPF 15. The difference is, and the reason why I would use one over the other, is this one, it does blur your pores out beautifully. In fact, you could wear this alone with no foundation at all and it's great. And it does just a wonderful job of just creating a great canvas, smooth one for you to get going, and that is just amazing. This one is really good at blurring out your pores as well. This one's a little bit better at the pore blurring, but this one will fill in the pores and it will let your foundation last a little longer, but it also has SPF in it, and it also has an oil absorbing property to it as well. So it's great for every day and if you're out in the sun and things like that. I would use this one more for a special occasion, this one more for every day. This is why. Number one, this one is half the price of this one. And also, because of the SPF in the Mary Kay one, when you have pictures taken, especially at night, SPF can flash back white in the camera. So if you're having a lot of pictures taken or something like that, then you want to use something without SPF, and so that's what I would do. So I'm going to start off with my Mary Kay foundation primer, and what I do is I just put a little strip of it on my finger, warm it up, and then just put it on the T-zone and anywhere that I get oily, because once again this is an oil absorbing primer. And then I always use the Mary Kay eye primer, and sometimes I will use other eye primers on top of it just for different purposes, whatever I need. But this one I always use because it will help keep any of the, if you have any lines in your eyes, any creases going on, then I will use this. It will help straighten all that out and just creates a good base for your foundation. When it comes to foundation, I have been using the Mary Kay TimeWise foundation in the matte wear, and this is formulated for combination to oily skin, so it is for people with my specific skin type. And this time of year, I can get really oily and gross outside because it's like 100 degrees. And what I do is I take the foundation and I just, on an everyday basis, just put it on my finger and just kind of put it all over my face like so. And then I take the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. It's very dense, and I just bounce it all over my face. So basically pressing it into the skin. And then once I'm done getting it everywhere, then I'll take and start blending it in. And with this brush, because it is so dense, it gives you an airbrush kind of look without leaving all the lines and stuff that a lot of foundation brushes can leave. And don't forget to get down your neck really well so it blends in and you don't have any harsh lines. And now we move on to concealer. Right now I'm using the Mary Kay concealer in Ivory. This color is discontinued, so I will probably have to go back to my yellow concealer, or maybe I'll do the Ivory 2 or something. They used to be in the silver tube, now they're in this black tube, so if you order some, don't get confused when your tube is black. But the reason why I use this is, once again, it is hot and gross outside, and this stuff does not come off. Like, you can sweat through it, you are not going to sweat it off. It gives you a lot of extra coverage. I will say, if you need concealer up against your eyes, don't use this because it's too thick. I would instead use the Mary Kay highlighting, what is this called? Highlighting pen, or the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer. It's a much thinner consistency and is better for under the eyes, and it won't crease as much. So what I do is I just put a little bit of this on my fingers, and then I just dab it where I need it. So I have sun damage here and I want a little extra coverage. I want extra coverage here in between my eyes, and then also here. And then I take that same foundation brush and just bounce it where I want it to spread it around. And then when I'm done, I blend it. And I do get close to under the eyes, but I don't get under here because, once again, it's gonna crease if I do that. Now, if I also have any extra little spots or dark spots or anything, I would use the same concealer to conceal those. Okay, so then I use another product. This is the Mary Kay Liquid Illuminator, excuse me, in shade 1. This is discontinued, but there are so many dupes on the market. There is the Revlon, NYX has one. There is, of course, Benefit High Beam. There are so many different dupes for this, and I'll show you what an illuminator does. It is very liquidy, obviously, and so it comes out like that, and then it just adds a shimmer. There's no glitter in it, nothing like that. It just blends in really nicely to the skin. It gives you a little shimmer. Sorry about my boo-boo. And yeah, and there's different ways that you can use it. You can mix it with your foundation. You can do highlighting, contouring, and all that with it. What I do is I put a little bit on my finger, and I share it with the other finger, and then I just put it on the highlighting points. So I start up here, and then I'll give myself, you know, the little tribal thing down the nose, and then my Cupid's bow. And then, shocker, I take the same foundation brush and I just lightly buff that in just to give myself that little extra glow. Just kind of keep it where you would normally keep it. Alright, so then what I would do is go ahead and do my eye makeup and things like that, and then while this settles, because there's a lot of liquid on here, I would like to let it dry a little bit, and then I will put my setting powder on. So for setting powder, I've been using my my Mary Kay translucent loose powder. Sometimes if I need a little extra coverage, I can use the mattifying powder that's by Mary Kay, or even the Revlon has a translucent mattifying powder that I use sometimes, but 9 times out of 10 this is what I use. And depending on if you're super oily or if you just want to set your concealers and things is where you'd put it. So if I'm just setting, I can take a small setting brush, put a little bit in the lid, and then just put it where I want to set. Now if I want to do all over, I just take a big brush and pat it all in. And that's my foundation routine.